let me tell you a story. Not just any story, one that reminds us who Jesus really is when everything around us falls apart. It happened on a quiet evening. The crowd had finally gone home. Jesus had been teaching all day, pouring himself out, healing people, changing lives. And now he turned to his disciples and said something simple. Let's go to the other side. So they got into a boat, pushed off from shore, and began to sail across the Sea of Galilee. Now some of the disciples were fishermen. They'd grown up on these waters. This was home to them, familiar, predictable. At least, that's what they thought. At first, everything was peaceful. Jesus lay down in the back of the boat and fell asleep. Just like that, calm, confident, resting. But then the wind began to rise, and the water turned violent. Suddenly the boat was being tossed like a toy, waves crashing over the sides. Darkness swallowed the stars, and the sea roared with a voice that said, "You're not going to make it." The disciples, they panicked. They screamed. They scrambled to keep the boat afloat. But Jesus, still asleep. So they ran to him and shouted, "Teacher, don't you care that we're drowning?" And what did Jesus do? He stood up. No rush, no fear, just quiet authority. He looked out at the storm and spoke 3 words. "Peace, be still." And instantly, the wind stopped. The waves calmed. The sea became still like glass. The only thing louder than the storm was the silence that followed. And Jesus turned to his disciples and asked, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" And in that moment, they weren't just looking at a teacher anymore. They were looking at someone the wind listens to. The waves obey him. The storm stops at his voice. They whispered to each other, "Who is this man?" And maybe that's the real question for all of us when life feels like a storm. Who is this man? This man who doesn't just walk on water, but commands it. This man who doesn't just calm seas, but calms hearts. This man who isn't afraid of the storm because he's the Lord over it. So the next time you're in a storm of fear, grief, confusion, or pain, remember, he's still in the boat. He's not panicking. He's not far away. And even the wind listens to him. If this story spoke to your heart, helped you breathe a little deeper, or reminded you that you're not alone, go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe for more faith-filled stories just like this one, and make sure to hit the bell so you don't miss the next time we share a word of hope. And hey, share this with someone